Mother and Raynell. Well, Bud, I was expecting to see you at services Sunday, but I guess you thought you had something better to do. Again. Well, you missed a good one. Our guest speaker, the Reverend Leon Streeter, gave a very interesting talk on some of the more obscure scriptures from Deuteronomy. And Clarice Talbot's Sunday school class put on a real good puppet show based on the book of Ruth. Sure is a shame you missed it, but I guess there must have been something good on the TV. I know how you like to watch that wrestling program. Wonder if they'll have a TV in hell. I don't know if I told you that I saw Norma Easterling in town last week for the first time since she defected to the Nazarene. As you might recall,
I don't know if I told you that I saw Norma Easterling in town last week for the first time since she defected to the Nazarenes. As you might recall, I ended my friendship with Sister Easterling after she disqualified 3 of my jars from last year's jelly judgment, claiming they were not sealed properly. I am pleased to report that she's not nearly so uppity since that nephew of hers went to the electric chair. She says she still shows up every time she pays her light bill. I noticed that Retha Middleton was back working at the beauty shop again. She used to be one of Pauline's best girls, but has been having trouble getting customers since she lost that arm. Pauline says she thinks it just jangles the ladies when they see a one-armed woman coming at them with a pair of scissors. Ansel Kincaid's boy was over here mowing my grass and told me about Junior's business going belly up. When will that boy of yours learn? Sure. And speaking of heartache, my own worthless son don't seem the least bit interested in finding another job. Ever since he got laid off from the sewage plant, he has fallen in with a real bad crisis. I'll tell you, I think both our sons could learn a thing or two from Tiny. One thing about Tiny, that boy's a worker. He mowed the front yard, the side yard, the backyard, plus them 6 acres I've got out behind the house, restacked the firewood, cleaned out the garage, and hoed in the garden till it was too dark to see. Since his birthday is coming up next week, I gave him $3 instead of the usual $2. It's hard to believe that Tiny will be turning 37. They grow up so fast. Well, that's about all the news for now. I've decided to come over and visit you next Sunday after service. One of you, and I'm not saying who, Bud, needs to get right with the Lord, and I'm just the lady for the job. We're going to spend the whole day in prayer, discussing scriptures, and singing hymns till we wear you down. Like it says in 2 Peter 3:8. One day is with the Lord as 1,000 years. Your sister, Marguerite. Oh. Well, Bud, what do you think about that? Bud! Bud? Are you all right, Bud?
What time do you want to go?
Well, when do you think I want to go? Next month? Now! I want to go right now! So get over here and take me down there. Your Uncle Bud ain't gonna last long in this heat.
Bye, Mama. Love you too.
Those brochures. You bet. Well, I sure appreciate that. And we're planning on using the community room for the visitation tomorrow night, starting about 7. And we're expecting quite a crowd. So you better tell Cecil to have out those law extra folding chairs. Oh, I didn't know there was an extra charge for that. Well, I'm sure that will be a problem. Now, there'll probably be quite a bit of food, so we'll be needing those long tables y'all had out for the Crenshaw Theater. Oh, really?
How much?
Well, okay. And we're planning on having the service Friday about 11 and then head out to the cemetery around noon. Right now, I'm assuming Ray Bud's mother and sister will probably be riding in the hearse with the body and we'll... Oh, I see. Well, I just assumed... Well, what if one of us drove it? Ray Bud's a real good driver. Oh, of course, the insurance and all.
Tell her we'll strap him on top of the Impala!
Oh, no, honey, that was just the TV. Ray Bud, turn down that TV. I'm trying to make funeral arrangements in here. I'm so sorry, Marlene. Now, where were we? Yes, of course I understand. Yes, I know Cecil has to make a living. I'm sure he's a wonderful driver. Listen, honey, I gotta get going. Ray Bud hadn't even had breakfast yet. I'll see you this afternoon and we'll work out the rest of the details then. Okay. 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 Thanks, Marlene.
What the hell are you thanking her for? Damn thieves.
Now, Ray Bud.
And whoever thought up the word grave robber must have had one of Cecil and Marline's calendars hanging on their wall.
No way.
And what's my daddy doing down at the pews anyway? That's what I want to know. The Turpins have always gone to Patterson's.
Well, I thought that was sort of strange, too, but the fuse is what your mama wanted.
Revenge, that's what it is, Lucille.
What are you talking about?
Cold-blooded revenge. After all these years, he's got me. He's got me by the throat.
Who's got you?
Cecil Depew. Don't you remember when Cecil peed his pants in 4th grade? P.U. Here comes Depew! I started it and followed him all the way through high school.
Right? You gotta get a hold of yourself.
Oh, I should have known it. I should have seen it coming. When the rest of us was out shooting birds with BB guns, Cecil's out burying them in shoe boxes. He's got to nickel and dime me to death.
Right.
Oh, he's got to break me.
Right. You gotta calm down. Now listen to me, honey. The fuse is your mama's choice, and we just have to respect it. I know this is a hard time, and I know how much you loved your daddy. Well, I loved him too. He and your mama were always so sweet to me. They never failed to send me a card after every one of my miscarriages. And I remember how Dad Bud would always say the same sweet thing. Better luck next time.
Oh, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this, Lucille. I swear I don't. I hate funerals. I hate everything about them.
And we're a family. We're all going to hang together. And speaking of family, your Aunt Marguerite has volunteered to spend the night with your mama. And Junior, Suzanne, and the kids can stay here with us.
Oh, they're not staying here, Lucille.
Ray Bud, he's your brother.
They can shack up down in Motel 6. I'm not having Junior and that mess in here.
Right, you know they can't afford a motel.
Oh, is that my fault? Did I hold a gun to his head and tell him to mortgage his house and spend all that money in that pipe dream? Junior, you're a businessman. Junior couldn't sell lemonade in hell, Lucille.
He tried so hard, Ray.
Oh, face it, Lucille, he's an idiot. And I'm not having him here. And I'm not listening to Suzanne running around. I believe them children are demon-possessed.
They're sweet people, Ray. They've just had a little string of hard luck lately.
Demon-possessed, Lucille. You mark my words.
We'll talk about it tonight. You gonna be late? Clyde says they got 3 transmissions stacked up there waiting for you. And don't forget, you gotta stop by the shoe store, size 10B.
I'll remember.
And Ray, we're not gonna have any problems, are we?
No, Lucille, we're not going to have any problems. Just do me one favor. When I die, don't tell nobody. Just bury me in the backyard and tell everybody I left you.
get through it, I swear to God I don't. I'll probably just fall down the floor in a big pool of tears. God knows, no, you would blame me if I did. All our humiliation. Now, Daddy Bud never love to die without seeing you make something of yourself.
Maybe you could sing Jesus on the cross.
I don't know, that doesn't seem sad enough for a funeral. God knows it's going to be sad, sitting up there, thinking that your daddy died, knowing we had to sell everything we owned to move to that god-awful trailer just to pay off that big dream of yours.
Why don't you set that to music, Suzanne?
I believe I was just stating the facts, wasn't I, Junior? You know, I loved him too, Junior. He was just like my own daddy. And I was the one that had to go crawling to him like a snake and beg for the money to buy shoes for our children, you know. But I didn't. I humbled myself. And do you know why I did it, Junior? Why, it can all be summed up in two little words. For love. I told you to quit kicking it back on my sink. I know you're hungry. You think I'm not? Why, it'd be nice to stop and get something to eat, wouldn't it? Well, maybe we could if your daddy had gone and lost all our money. Love, Junior. It's been the curse of my life. Now we have to face your family. With all of them knowing. All of them looking down at us. Laughing at us. Who ever heard of a machine that cleans parking lot?
That'll do, Suzanne.
All our money down the toilet. How do you feel about that? You think I like working at Newberry's? Slaving to keep that wax fruit section looking nice? You think I would love to stay home and watch soap operas all day long like my good-for-nothing sisters do? Well, that would suit me just fine, mister. Let me tell you that right now. I don't want to work. I hate it. I love to stay home, keep just the house. Good for you. Oh, maybe learn to sew and make some clothes for the children. That's all I ever wanted to be, was just a good wife and mother. You do that again, and I'm going to tell your daddy to pull this car over and throw y'all out in the road. How'd you like it if we just put you out in the road and drive off and never look back? Why, what would you do with no mother and daddy to look after you? You would starve to death in the road. Oh, go on and cry, you big babies.
Y'all know your mama loves you. She was just kidding.
We'll see who's kidding. Oh, don't miss this turn. I just don't know how they expect me to stand up there and sing. I don't know how I'll do it.
Well, I'm sure you'll do your best, Suzanne.
My best. That's a good one, Junior. I don't know a thing about it. In order to do my best, I'd have to have confidence. I used to have confidence. I could have been a professional. I had the talent. I could have married your cousin Teddy Wayne and been the wife of a lawyer. Had a big house and a swimming pool. But no, I couldn't do it myself. It's been my curse my whole life. I had to listen to my foolish heart and get married to a dreamer. A beautiful dreamer who goes and blows all our money on a big piece of machinery to clean parking lots. That one stop to think that maybe nobody gave a damn about a clean parking lot. And of course it came as a big surprise to you when everybody just laughed in your face when you asked them if they wanted their parking
I'm
lot.
gonna kill us, Suzanne! Oh, God! I've had it, Suzanne! I'm at the end of my damn rope! I can't take it anymore! My daddy just died. Can't you understand that? Am I getting through that thick head of yours? My daddy just died. I'm 35 years old. I'm dead ass broke. I've got no job, no prospects, 3 kids, and worst of all, I'm married to you! Shut up! I mean it! You say one more word about parking lots, and I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you and me too. You got that?
Tense. That way. Y'all know your daddy wasn't really gonna kill me. He's just kidding. Y'all know your daddy and I love each other. Buddy, what have you got in your mouth? Spit that out. Don't pick things up off the floor of the car. You don't know what kind of filth it's got on it. Junior,
What?
do you know what this is?
No.
It's a woman's earring.
Can I get you a little more coffee, Reverend Hooker?
No, Sister Turpin, I'm fine. Now, you just rest yourself. I know this has been an awful day for you.
Yes, it has.
It must be a blessing to have your daughter living here with you at this time of bereavement.
Yes, it is. I believe you've met my daughter. Delightful.
Yes. I believe I have. I know that this has been an awful shock to you too. How are you doing, Delightful?
Okay.
Well, she's a blessing.
Yes, she is. She's our youngest. Sort of a surprise.
A comfort to you in your old age.
She's precious to me.
I can't see why. Well, sister, as you know, Brother Bud was not a regular member of the church, but I knew that you'd want me to say a few words at the service, so I was hoping that you might be able to tell me a little something about your late husband that I might be able to include in my remarks. Now, just in your own words, what kind of a man was Brother Bud?
He was mean.
Mean.
Mean as a snake.
I see.
And surly.
Surly.
Right, sir.
Right, surly. And how many years were you and Brother Turpin married?
39 years.
39 years.
39 long ones.
I see. Sister, I did not know Brother Turpin well, but to me, he seemed a quiet man. A man of inner strength. A man who knew his own mind, kept his own counsel, and was at peace with the world. A man of few words with a strong sense of family and community. A good neighbor you could go to if you needed a helping hand. A good husband and father. A man who was close to the earth. A wise, noble, and gentle man.
That's because you didn't know him until he was old and sick. He was mean and right, sir.
Sister, in my experience, it's best to remember the happier times.
Few and far between, Reverend.
I see.
You see, Reverend Hooker, not long after Ray Bud and Junior were born, I got interested in going back to services. Bud and I were raised in the church, but we were young and had drifted somewhat from the shore. Well, I started going back pretty regular with Bud's sister, Marguerite. And one night during a revival preached by the Reverend Reese Campbell, who was our pastor here many years before you came, I got saved. Well, when I came home and announced that to Bud, he just about hit the ceiling. You never heard him spring a filthy language in your life. So I said to him, your mortal soul is in danger, buddy boy, and if you've got a brain to an acre, you'll get yourself down there and get yourself saved. Well, he wouldn't have none of it. So I said, if that's the way you feel about it, mister, I'm cutting you off.
I beg your pardon.
Not so much as a warm handshake in 33 years. You might say we had sort of a standoff. Well, except for that one time.
I see. Did Brother Turpin ever come to embrace the church?
No, not that I know of.
Well, don't you worry now, sister. We don't know what transactions the Lord makes with the soul in those last few moments on this earth.
Well, if the Lord made any transactions with Bud, they must have been a quick one because he was dead by the time he hit the floor.
Now, we don't know that for sure, now do we, sister?
He looked dead to me.
Well, I believe I've got all the information I need. I'll just be on my way. I'm sure you got family coming and all. Oh, is Brother Turpin resting down at Patterson?
No, we have him over at Diffuse. It's a little cheaper.
Well, don't you worry now, sister. I believe I'll be able to come up with a suitable eulogy for your husband. Delightful. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I guess that about does it, Reverend.
I cannot believe you ran out of gas.
Well, I did.
I cannot believe it. Today of all days, my only brother laying in the funeral home, the entire family waiting on us, and here we sit on Route 35 in the middle of nowhere in this gas trap you call a car and not a speck of gas in it. You did this on purpose, Roy.
Ray Bud will be here soon. It's been over a half hour since I called him. Said he'd be here as soon as he could.
What time is it?
About 5.
I cannot believe it.
Well, believe it, all right. Just believe it.
You just do these things to torture me.
Yeah, Mama, I siphoned out that gas just so you and I could spend some more time together.
You are a demon, Royce. I swear to God, you are the devil incarnate.
Look, just keep your drawers on, all right? Ray Bud will be here as soon as he can. Believe me, he can't get here soon enough to suit me. So let's just sit here and be quiet for a while.
So, we're just gonna sit here?
Yep, that's the plan.
Like me.
How did you get to be this way, Royce? How did you get to be so evil?
Just lucky, I guess.
To think I was in labor with you for 17 hours. 17 hours of unbelievable agony.
Mama,
Screaming out in unbearable torment.
Mama, don't get started.
They offered me drugs to ease my suffering, but I said, nope. I don't want your dope to ease my pain. I'll gladly bear the pain to give life to my child. Just give me a bullet to bite on, I told him. If our Lord and Savior can forgive his persecutors, surely I can forgive this child for busting my guts. If I'd known then how it was all going to turn out, I'd have told him to just shoot me right there on the table.
Well, remind me and I'll buy you a pistol for Mother's Day.
You're not going to turn out like your brother, are you? I think we can safely say that Jim Ed will not be coming into town for your Uncle Bud's funeral.
You leave Jim Ed alone, Mama.
What are you going to do, Royce? Have you thought about that? Just what are you going to do? Them unemployment checks ain't going to last forever. Have you thought about that? About the future? You better think about what is important in life. Life is not drinking and dancing and loose women, Royce. Life is not a good time. You better make yourself a plan, though. You better make a plan, and you better make it.
I've got a plan.
Well, let's hear it, Royce. Time is running out.
Well, as soon as them unemployment checks run out, I'm going to marry some woman and have a kid. Get on welfare.
That is your plan?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I just got one thing to say to that.
Yeah? What?
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine.
Well, Mama, you see anything that strikes your fancy?
Who knew there were so many different kinds of caskets?
I like the sportsman.
Who asked you, Satan? This is Ray Dale's decision.
Yeah, that was nice. They're all nice. It don't really matter.
What do you mean it don't matter? Of course it matters. You don't want to put him in a pine box.
Oh, of course she doesn't. We're not going to write. Oh, thank you, Lucille.
I thought the diplomat was awfully nice.
Yeah, that looks good, too.
Looks real sturdy. Well, how's Suzanne feeling, Junior?
Well, she's doing a little bit better, I guess. You know, she gets these 6 headaches sometimes.
Oh, Corn dog, Junior?
Thank you, Lucille. So, y'all decide on anything?
No, Mama's just looking over a few models.
It's so hard to choose. What do you think, Junior?
Well, Mama, I think we ought to go with the gentleman farm.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well, yeah, that was nice. What do you think, Ray?
Seems kind of pricey to me.
Well, maybe you're right.
No. I don't want y'all thinking like that. This is our one and only daddy, and we're going to do everything the right way. I went down to the pews this afternoon, and I told Cecil that we wanted everything first class, all the way. No skimping on flowers or nothing. Money's going to be no object.
Right, Bubba. No, I think I want to hear Junior's thoughts on all this. Go on, Junior. What were you saying?
Well, Ray, I was just saying how Mama shouldn't worry about any of this. We're going to take care of everything and not even think about what it costs. That's what family's for, Mama. When Daddy makes that lonesome journey up the hill to the family plot, we're all standing around saying our last goodbyes. We're going to be able to hold our heads up high and say, we did our best. We went that extra mile. We gave till it hurt. He would have done no less for any of us, and we all know that's the truth. You know, this is the time to remember that someday, each of us in turn will be making that final journey to our that final resting place.
And some of us might be getting there sooner than we think, Junior.
Well, hello, Suzanne. how are you feeling, honey?
Oh, a little bit better, I guess. Or are the children driving you crazy?
Ooh, no, honey, we locked him out of the house.
Lucille, can I borrow one of your nerve pills? I left mine at home.
Sure, honey, I'll be right back.
You shouldn't be standing up, Precious. Come in here and sit down. Would you like a corn dog, baby? Might make you feel better.
No. Much as I'd like to, I know I just vomited up.
I'm sorry you're feeling so bad, Suzanne.
Oh, no, Mama Ray, I'm the one who's sorry. You know, I love Daddy Bud like he was my own father. And believe you me, I know what it's like to have something you love shrivel up and die right in front of you. I just feel so bad about it.
Well, that's real sweet of you.
Here you go, sweetheart. I brought you two.
Thank you, Lucille. You're a comfort.
Well, let's get you back to bed, honey. You're gonna feel better in no time at all, I promise.
I really got it, Julie. Oh my, what was that? Did I drop something?
Here he is, honey. I believe you lost one of your earrings.
Oh no, this isn't my earring. I would never wear anything so cheap and tawdry looking. This must be some other woman's earring. I'm gonna hang on to it though, because I'm sure it belongs to somebody I know. And if I think about it long enough, I'm gonna remember where I've seen it.
Let's get you back to bed, sugar, before them pills kick in.
Well, 5:10 for the gentleman farm.
Well, that is really pretty. Can we afford it, Ray?
Do you want it, Mama?
Well,
Good, fine, it's a done deal, gentleman farmer it is. Now, can we get on the headstone before y'all drop dead?
I understand you had some thoughts on that, Aunt Marguerite.
Yes, I do. I was thinking it might be real nice if we had some scripture on the headstone. So I've taken it upon myself to pick out a few selections that I think seem appropriate.
thank you so much, Marguerite.
No trouble at all. Now here's my first thought. Psalms chapter 6, verse 5. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave who shall give thee thanks?
Well, that's cheery.
Well, it does kind of sound sad. You got anything else?
Well, I'm sorry y'all didn't appreciate that. Personally, I thought it fit the bill. Okay, this here's from Ecclesiastes. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And God requireth that which is past.
Well, I like that a whole lot better. Okay, let's
Excuse me. Now hold on there for a minute. Mama, for the price of the stone, we get Daddy's name, date of birth, and date of departure, and that's it. Anything else is extra.
Well, Mama,
Cecil says $2 a letter.
well, that wouldn't come up to much, right?
Well, whatever it comes up to, it's going to come up to a damn sight more than you'll be kicking in, Junior.
What are you saying, right? Are you saying I'm not going to pay my fair share? Is that what you're saying? Well, who the hell do you think is going to pay for it? You? Delightful? It's going to be me, you moron.
Now, Ray, hush.
Well, how much is it going to be? Well, I'm glad you asked me that, brother, because I've been keeping a little tally. There you go. Take a look at that. Well, Ray, you know I'll pay you as soon as I get on my feet again.
I said stop. Roy, come over here. I want you to do me a favor tomorrow. I want you to go down to the pews and tell Cecil this is what I want on my husband's stone. It's 12 letters. I figured this ought to cover it. And there's a little something extra for gas money. And Royce, this is between just you and me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now I want to go home. No more corn dog.
Mean and surly.
How's Mom? Sleeping? Well, good. Well, I see you got yourself a little something.
Yep. Thought you told Lucille you won't quit. You know how I like you.
Well, I won't tell her. That's good.
Whew, sure is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I sure can't understand how a man would work up a thirst tonight. Hot.
Sit down, Junior.
Thank you, Ray.
Think nothing of it.
You know, sure is funny how things work out, ain't it?
Yeah, I laugh myself to sleep every night.
It's all a mystery, isn't it?
Full of twists and turns.
We just don't know, do we?
We're not meant to know.
Listen, Ray. I want you to know it's okay and all. You don't have to apologize for anything. I understand. Also, I want you to know I was real sorry to hear about Lucille losing that last baby.
Thanks, Junior.
Guess she was all for about it.
I just wish she'd quit trying. And the last time was the absolute worst. The doctor told her that if she didn't want to lose it, she's going to have to go to bed and not get up for nothing. So we talked about it, and we decided to give it one more shot. So she went to bed, and I went to the Rexall to pick up her prescriptions and pick up her bedpan. I left her Kentucky Fried Chicken buff in case she had to go while I was gone. Must have been gone about half an hour. I guess I don't have to tell you. She lost it and she didn't even know it.
Good God, Ray, what'd you do?
Well, I called the doctor up. He told me to bring her in as soon as I could. What a pathetic sight. Me dragging Lucille through a waiting room full of people, her screaming and crying. Still hanging on to that damn chicken bucket.
God, Ray. I believe that's the most awful story I've ever heard. Thought I had it, man.
Well, I was sort of sorry to hear about your business going under, Junior.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ray. Ray, did you ever wonder what your life would have been like if you hadn't met Lucille? And I don't mean Lucille exactly. I just mean, did you ever wonder what your life would have been like if you met, some other woman? And I don't mean that you can have children, Ray, because believe me, children ain't all they cracked up to be. I just mean, did you ever think, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah? You mean you've been screwing around with Suzanne?
How'd you know, Ray?
You've been driving in your car wearing long dangling earrings, Junior?
She told Lucille?
Yeah.
Does Mama know?
Not yet.
Oh, God. I don't know, Ray. I didn't plan it or anything. It just sort of happened. I mean, well, I was in the Kmart parking lot. Giving them a free cleaning sort of as a sample. And there was this woman. She loaded some things in the back of her car. She struck up a conversation. And I told her about the machine, how it worked. And she seemed real interested, And Ray, I felt proud. Here I was on this big piece of machinery, sort of the master of it, And there was this woman looking up at me, smiling, making me feel like a man. A real man, like Daddy was. A businessman. I was in business for myself. I had control of my life.
Well, what happened?
Well, Suzanne showed up looking all hot and wilted. And what'd she want to talk about? The house payment, the car payment, the kids need this, the kids need that, her mother. Right? As she sat there talking, I watched this woman pack up the rest of her things and drive off. And I had this strong desire to run over Suzanne with that machine. I can understand that. But you see, Ray, it got worse. As weeks went by and things with the business kind of went solid, all I could think about was killing Suzanne. Pushing her down some steps, sneaking up behind her with a baseball bat. Just anything to shut her up. God.
So what happened with the woman?
Well, one day I just looked her up in the phone book and one thing led to another.
How much does Suzanne know?
Well, I told her about the where, the when, and kind of danced around telling her who.
So what are you going to do now?
I don't know, Ray. Things are just such a mess right now. I gotta get some money. You will. You'll figure it out. But not tonight. You turning in?
Yeah, big day tomorrow. We should do the same.
Yeah, I will in a minute.
Junior, I was thinking, maybe you could bring that thing over to my house Sunday and polish up my driveway for me. I've been meaning to pay somebody to do that. That is if you got the time and all.
Yeah, Ray, sure, Sonny'll be fine.
One night, Junior. All right.
Ray,
Yeah?
Daddy would have been proud of you.
Lula, Timpson, Tinnahaw, Bobo, and Blair present our nightly program of spiritual guidance and inspirational music, Midnight Sin, featuring the Joy of Life singers and your host, the Reverend B.H. Hooker.
Good evening, friends. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Rejoice and be glad therein.
We got that joy, 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 joy down in our hearts. There's down in our hearts. There's down in our hearts. We got that joy, 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 joy down in our hearts. There's down in our hearts today.
Real good, kids. Well, it's been a busy day, and I've been in the car all day today, rushing from place to place, offering comfort and counsel to some of our brothers and sisters in crisis, catharsis, and confusion. As I sat in the various kitchens, offices, and hospital rooms, I was made aware of all the different kinds of problems we encounter here on this journey called life. And I said to myself, Beverly, what is this thing we call life? Is it nothing but a collection of problems, disappointments, and heartache? Or do we make it that way with our endless wants, needs, and desires? And if it is we ourselves who create all this unhappiness, why do we do it? Why don't we realize that the slender and fragile canoe of life can be so easily overturned in the turbulent rapids of the world? Why don't we just relax and take things as they come and not expect so much? And why do we feel we have to call somebody when we're troubled? Why don't we just keep it to ourselves? Why do we feel the need to unload it on somebody and make them drive all the way up to our house on the hottest day of the year? Why do we cry and moan and bend somebody's ear till they think they're gonna die? Why don't we just say to ourselves, before we pick up that phone now, is this really a problem? Or am I just belly aching again? Let us remember, in these times of confusion, distress, and sorrow, that when it seems you can't go on, you probably can. And when you think to yourself, there's just no answer, you're probably right. Remember, friends, our time here is short. Shorter than any of us can imagine. And if you feel your life is nothing but a pit of unrelenting torture, try and make the most of it. I mean, after all, tomorrow is another day. All right. Well, we got a lot more show for you, so don't go away. We are welcoming a new sponsor to the program tonight. Diffuse Funeral Home, where they combine a thrifty, no-nonsense approach with Christ-like sensitivity to answer your funereal needs. All right, kids, take us into the commercial.
We got a joy, 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 joy down in our hearts, to stay.
Well, bud, they got you painted up like a $2 whore. Oh, I can look there, Marlene. Look there. Hey, Marlene. See if you can't crank that air conditioner up. That's melting like a candle out here.
Why don't you just sit down there for a minute? I gotta go to the car. I'll be right back. Can I get you anything, sweetheart?
Can you give me back the last 12 years of my life, Junior? Can you give me back my youth, my hopes, my dreams of a good life with a loving and faithful husband? Can you do that, Junior?
Well, no, but I can get you a Coke or something.
A Coke would be fine, adulterer.
You kids get out of here! I told y'all to wait in the car! Be right back, lady. And get them dogs out of here!
Here's Diane.
Hey, Marguerite.
You feeling better today?
Well, yes, thank you.
You think you're going to be able to sing tomorrow?
Oh, of course, I just couldn't let Daddy Bud down. Oh, that's wonderful. So peaceful.
He looks kind of rouged up to me.
How's she gonna go on, Aunt Marguerite? That's what I'd like to know. How's she gonna go home?
Well, it's going to be sad.
I just don't know how she's gonna face life with that Daddy Bud.
It's sad when a woman loses her husband. I remember when I lost my Willie. No one to cook for. No one to clean house for. Nobody to talk to over the breakfast table. The kids are crying all the time, asking questions about their daddy. Where's my daddy? Nothing but the sound of the floors creaking under your feet as you walk from dark to dawn, asking that same question. Why, oh, why, oh, why? Why did he leave? Where has he gone? Why don't he come back? Why can't it all be the way it was? No, there's stand. Suzanne, get a hold of yourself. You know, for what we're paying, it wouldn't have killed Marlene to run some plants across this thing.
Well, here we are. You want to sit down or something?
No, let's have a look at it.
Well, doesn't he look nice? You were so right about that blue suit. Makes him look so distinguished.
Yes, it does.
I think Six did a wonderful job. He was just like he's sleeping, doesn't he, Ray?
Yeah.
He looks kind of like Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke.
I think he looks romantic. Don't you, Suzanne? Well, what do you think, Delightful?
He's fine. He looks fine.
What's he got on his feet?
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to tell you. Cecil called this afternoon and said they had a little problem with the shoes we sent over.
Those are brand new shoes.
Yeah, I know, Ray. You remember how Daddy Bud always said that arthritis in his feet so bad? Well, they think that when he had his stroke, he sort of pointed his toes down. And, well, they sort of stayed that way, so there was just no way they could get him in those shoes. And it was so late and all, so they just did the best they could.
Lucille,
My daddy's wearing ballet shoes.
I think they make him look real graceful.
I'm gonna kill Cecil.
Right. We got people coming. We can't have him out here in his stocking feet. How would that look?
It's all right, Ray. We'll bring his bedroom slippers tomorrow.
I'm gonna kill him.
Well, I tell you who I'm gonna kill. Marlene, if she don't get that air conditioner cranked up. Hey, Marlene! Where are you? Well, it's getting awful shiny out here.
Well, I guess I'll find Cecil and see if I can get those food tables set up. Suzanne, honey, would you like to come with me? Come on, sugar. Maybe you ought to freshen up a little. You just about got all your Maybelline off.
I had no idea Suzanne was so close to Bud.
Mama, can I get you anything? Would you like to sit down or something?
No, I just want to stand here a minute. You go ahead, though.
That's all right. We'll just stand right here for a while. That's what we'll do. Just stand right here. It sure is hot. I sure hope Marguerite can get that air conditioning turned up. Whew, it's hot.
Are you all right, Ray?
Yeah, Mama, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, honey. Mayfield's was closed and I couldn't find a place to park. Y'all seen Suzanne?
Lucille took her to the toilet. I think they're going to be in there a while.
Shoot! I ran all the way down to... Shoot, I can't... Oh, here. Wow. Would you look at that, Ray? He looks dead, doesn't he?
You expect him to be singing and dancing, Junior?
Oh, but I didn't expect him to be so dead.
Come on, Delightful. Let's get to the ladies' room before everybody gets here. It's going to be a long sit.
Well, there it is, Ray. Death, mortality, the Grim Reaper stared right in the face.
Shut up, Junior.
What's the matter, Ray?
Nothing.
Ray, you don't look too good.
Can't move, Junior.
You can't move.
I need some air, Junior. Get me out of here.
It's nothing to be afraid of, Ray. It's just death. The end of the line. The last hoorah. Crossing the River Jordan. Shut up, Junior. Why's Daddy got them dancing shoes on?
I'll tell you later. Look, when I get to feeling better, I want you to help me do something.
Sure thing, Ray. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna beat the shit out of Cecil McHugh.
Well, we sure were sorry to hear about Bud.
And, well, thank you, Vita. Norval's looking a lot better than he did the last time I saw him.
Well, he has his good days and his bad days. Ain't that right, Norval?
What'd he say?
I believe he said the corn eats many miles. That's good, Norval.
That's real good, Norval.
Every once in a while, Norval takes a little walk through the garden, if you know what I mean.
Well, how are you, Vita? I haven't seen you in so long.
Not so bad, I guess. I still manage to get out to services on Sunday, and we go into Timpson every Wednesday for Norval's dialysis and to get his prescriptions filled. The doctor's got him on these new liver pills. They seem to be working out a lot better. Ain't that right, Norval? 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 I thought we'd lost him there for a minute. I gotta remember to get their batteries changed on his pacemaker. And I had his bypass done and his gallbladder out. I've noticed a real improvement. And next month, we're gonna get rid of that prostate, aren't we, Norval? Of course, we gotta keep that blood pressure down, and this one's for his stomach, and this one helps keep them kidneys working. Sure, it's a lot to remember.
Oh, I can imagine.
Of course, Verna Swindle comes in twice a week, and she helps me with his bath and all, and she sits with him if I need to go into town. You getting anything, Laura? Of course, he's on a real strict diet. I gotta be real careful what he eats. No salt, no sugar, no fat, no meat, no dairy. Nothing too spicy, nothing too heavy. You want a cracker? Cracker Ray.
Oh, thank you, Vita.
Yeah, let's go get his physical therapy anyway in the morning. I get his injections and I irrigate him for about an hour. And once he's had his lunch, he takes that blood all down. Then I usually put him out on the porch and let him watch the sunset while I get supper ready. Gotta be real careful though. Once got talking on the phone, left him out there for over an hour, and then mosquitoes got him pretty bad. Of course, once I give him his evening medication and get him into bed, he usually sleeps through till morning. I don't get much rest myself though, since I have to get up and turn him every couple of hours.
Well, you're just so lucky to have him.
Oh, I know. What is it?
What'd he say that time?
Okay. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was something about Debbie Reynolds. That's good, Norval. That's real good.
This is Jerry Como. He's by my first marriage to AC. You remember him?
Oh, sure.
And this is Alan Alda, and that's Linda Evans there in the back. And that over there is Farrah Jaja. And then there's the twins, Ann Margaret and Ann Murray. And this here is little Charles Bronson.
Ooh, isn't he beautiful? They're all just so precious, Nadine.
Well, thank you, Lucille.
And you named them all after someone famous.
Yes, I did. Call me a fool, but I have always thought that each one of them was, well, special in some way. And I just figured if you're special, you ought to have a special name. Excuse me, Lucille. Oprah! Put that down. Put it down.
You're just so lucky to have all these precious babies. Hey, Bud and I have tried so many times, but I just never seem to be able to carry the term.
Oh, I know it'll all work out for you. You'd be such a good mother, and I know how happy Ray Bud'd be.
Ooh, he would. You know, he never talks about it, but I just know how bad he wants one.
Well, 8 times the charm, that's what I've always heard.
Nadine, can you keep a secret?
Oh, sure. Now, this is a surprise, so don't breathe a word of it, because I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but oh, Lucille, you're not. My friend is almost a week late. Well, it's just a week, but I got my fingers crossed.
Mine too. Oh, that'd be so wonderful. Y'all been together so long.
Almost 15 years.
15 years. You know, it's so funny how things work out. Here you and Ray Bud been together so long and want children so bad. And, well, to tell you the truth, Lucille, I never really planned on having a big family.
Really?
No, I sort of had this plan to move out to Hollywood. But then I met AC. Then I met Carl. And then I met Wendell. And I met Dwayne. And, well, things just sort of didn't work out.
Well, honey, you're young. You can still go out there.
Oh, no. After Geraldo was born, I pretty much gave up. No, but the good news is I'm engaged again.
Good for you, honey.
And it's love this time, Lucille. He's nothing like those other men. I got a real good feeling about him.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, tell me all about him.
Well, his name is Rebel. And he works for the carnival. All over the country, guessing people's weight. The only problem is he doesn't like kids, but, well, I'm not going to worry about it. It sure does.
A person's just got to follow their heart.
Amen.
You just got to do what you feel's best.
Call me a fool.
Yeah, Mom.
Well, shit, Ray. It's all a mystery, ain't it? Life and death.
Yes, it is.
We just don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
We're not meant to know.
No, we're not.
At least it was quick.
Yes, it was.
That's the best way, quick. You don't want to linger, that's all.
Yes, it is.
That's what I want, quick. Bolt of lightning, car crash, piano falling on my head. That's what I want.
Sure hope it happens to you, Clyde.
Hey, too, Ray. I wouldn't want to just hang on and hang on. That's no good.
Nope.
Wouldn't want to be in a comfort either.
Nope.
You get flowers for me and the boys sent over.
Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you, Clyde. That was real thought.
Clyde's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Take care of their own, Ray.
Well, I sure appreciate it.
We're not just a garage. We're a family. When you were nothing but a drunken bum, you didn't show up for work half the time. We stood by you, because that's what families do. We look out for each other. If you have any problems around here, just let me know. We'll take care of them.
What are you talking about?
You just say the word and they'll be paying out more in hearse repair than they make in a year.
Thank you, Clyde.
We take care of our own, Ray.
I know you.
You know, they park that thing right out there on the street. Anything in the world can happen to it if you get my meaning. You just say the word and that thing might just blow up.
Keep that in mind.
Stranger things have happened, Ray. My brother-in-law is in the demolition business, you know.
I got the picture, Clyde.
You just let me know.
I will.
You know, times like these, you find out who your real friends are. Find out all sorts of strange and mysterious things. Speaking of which, Ray, you never told me your daddy was a dancer.
Well, that was a pretty well-kept secret.
Honey, baby, you ain't gonna stay in there all night, are you? People are starting to ask about you. Really use you out here. Listen, baby, I know what you're thinking, but I didn't do what you're thinking I did. Well, I mean, I did it. I definitely did it. I just didn't do it for the reasons you're thinking I did it. I did it because, well, you see, God. Baby, let me just start over here for a minute. Baby, do you remember when we first started dating? How happy we were? How much fun we had? But you want to know what I remember most about those times? It's when I'd drive you to Dairy Queen. I'd buy you a grape slush. I'd take you home to your parents' house, and we'd sit out on that sofa in the front yard. Talk about how things were going to be. Baby, I miss that. I miss who I was then. And I miss who you were then, too. And I guess I was standing out there in that parking lot, I just forgot how much you and the kids really mean to me. And I'm just hoping you can find it in your heart to forgive me, baby, because I love you and you're my whole world.
Thanks, Junior. Love you too.
Boys, have you seen Suzanne?
I think she's helping Lucille out in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Things ain't going too good, are they, Junior?
Well, that's one way of putting it, boys. Listen, I got a lot of complicated things to think over, so if you don't mind...
Answers are sure hard to come by. Aren't they, Junior?
Yeah, they are, boys.
Sometimes man just gotta sit down and think it all through.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
He does.
Well, Junior, this is how I see it. Life is like a big circle. And you don't know where it began. Well, you just never know where it's going to end. That's the way I see it.
So life's a circle?
Yeah. But the problem is, all some people see is the circle itself, and they feel trapped inside like they'll never get out. And before too long, all they can think about is all the things they wish they had inside their circle. Well, Jim Ed was always one of those kind of people. So much so that when that highway patrolman pulled him over, Jim Ed had a lot of things in the trunk of his car that actually belonged in a lot of other people's circles. So for the next 3 to 5, Jim Ed's circle is going to be about 8 feet by 8 feet.
Yeah, how's he liking it since they transferred to Parkersville?
Well, he likes it okay, I guess.
Making a lot of new friends, is he?
Well, it's hard, when you move to a new place. You see, Junior, what Jim Ed didn't understand was, well, the circle's not something that's outside you. It's something that's inside you. And it doesn't keep you from having things. It just protects what you already got. And the funny thing is, when you stop punching and pushing and trying to get out, when you finally just let go, well, the circle just sort of opens up a little. And all of a sudden, you got room for everything. Room for Jim Ed, room for Mama, room for everything that just didn't quite work out. Just a little bit of room left over for everything that just might work out yet. Know what I mean, Junior?
So life is a circle.
Well, yeah. I guess we ought to get on side. Food's going to be out in a minute.
Yeah, sure, boys. If you don't mind me asking, how did you figure out life's a circle?
Well, Junior, in the sewage business, you tend to let your mind roam a lot. If you thought about what you were actually doing, I believe you'd snap.
I can't believe how many old friends I've seen here tonight. People I haven't seen since high school. I'm just so sorry that Ted Wayne couldn't be here. He just loves his Uncle Bud so much. This law practice is doing so well, it just keeps him busy day and night. Well, I just feel like I hardly ever see him. Oh, that's such a shame. Suzanne, honey, since you're not doing anything, would you mind to give us a hand with this? Well, I'll tell you what's a shame. It's a shame that it takes something this sad to bring us all together. Suzanne, do you remember how Lucille was a part of my royal court when I was elected Yam Queen?
Seems to me I remember that.
That was such a wonderful time. All of us up on that beautiful float. I can still see the faces of all those other girls just floating by like so much garbage. Well, I believe that we were just the prettiest girls in this town.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I mean, you were certainly pretty. I believe you were just about the prettiest Yam Queen we ever had. Don't you think so, Suzanne?
Well, that's the prettiest woman can be with a pile of yams on her head.
Oh, that was all such a long time ago. It's just so good to know that we're all family now and we can all come together like this in a time of sadness. You're so right, Lucille. Can't be living in the past. It's so important at a time like this to be kind and loving to each other. So, how are things with you, Suzanne?
Well, Juanita, I feel like my life has come to an end. Like everything I ever dreamed of died a slow and horrible death. Like my whole world was built on sand.
Honey, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Well, Jenna, Lucille, did you see what happened to my peach cobbler? Oh, honey, I'll still be out in the kitchen. Don't worry about sugar, I'll get it. Like, will you want to help us in here for a minute? And Lucille, you might want to put some of those covers back on. I am sure that Berlin has roaches. They will stop.
She's gonna be damn queen till the day she dies.
Oh, don't pay any attention to her, honey. She just thinks she's happy.
Oh, Lucille, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Oh, honey, it'll be all right. Things aren't so bad. No matter what happens, you've got 3 beautiful, healthy children, and you got your job there at Newberry's, and you got a mobile home, and you got a.
Oh, go on, say it, Lucille. And a parking lot machine.
Well, it's good to know some things never change. There's a lot more food out there in the kitchen.
Come on, honey, why don't you give me a hand in the kitchen for a minute? Well, Aunt Marguerite, are you still working with your church groups and all?
Yes, I am. I am currently Vice President and Sergeant at Arms for the Ladies African Missionary Auxiliary.
I have been reading so much about that sort of thing. So you are going to teach them how to grow their own food and all?
No, we feel that's been done to death. When them lazy savages get hungry enough, they'll learn how to put a seed in the ground. No, we're sponsoring the ministry of Sister Wileen Erker, who's going to go over there and teach them African women how to wear brassieres. Well, we don't have all our money raised yet. We're going to get them women in brassieres if it's the last thing we do.
Well, sure, wish you luck with that. Well, I think this is the last of it. That everything looks fine. Well, I guess we ought to get some of these people fed. Oh, look, Lucille, isn't that pretty? Salve, I believe it. Yes, I believe it is. God, she looks awful. Not that she ever was fried. Well, she always had that skin problem.
Of course, you know she drinks.
And her mother went insane.
She never could dress. Why does she wear that awful jewelry?
And all that makeup.
She'd throw up her skirt for anybody who'd ask.
It's a shame. Poor thing.
Bless her heart.
God love her. I guess we better get started. Of course, next week, that man became our parking lot. Well, I noticed that some of y'all have been a little bit shy about coming up to the food table. I know nobody wants to be first, but we got some awful good things up here. What's that you got there, Juanita? Well, this comes to us from Avita and Cletus Diddick. Avita sends their condolences, and she says that she discovered this recipe one day when a page of her cookbook fell out. And she made half of one dish and half of another, accidentally. And she calls it macaroni and ham loaf surprise with cheese. And it sure looks good. Ooh, it sure does. What's that you got down there, Delightful? Beans. All right, Delightful's got beans if anybody wants any. And Marguerite.
Well, Suzanne brought these potato chips. Of course, she didn't bring a bowl or anything, so I just guess she expects us to stick her hand down the bag.
What have you got down there?
one question. Are you gonna help me serve this meal, or are we gonna sit in the toilet crying all night? Well, all right, now stand up straight and have a little pride in yourself for once. I got a son in the penitentiary. You don't see me wallowing all over the These people don't care what your husband did to Bernice Howden. They never liked you before. You think they're gonna think any less of you now? So let's get this done. All right. Now who wants a ham loaf?
We sure had a nice turnout tonight.
Yes, we did.
I'm sorry I got so sick. I just don't know what came over me. I sure hate not being able to see everybody.
Trust me, Lucille, you didn't miss that much.
I just thought it was so sweet. All those people. Each one of them touched in some way by Daddy Bud.
They were all touched, all right. See if these slippers will fit in that bag there.
It's funny what'll bring people together. All gathered together in one place like that.
I think it might have had something to do with that free meal they just got.
Oh, now you don't mean that, Mama Ray.
No, I don't guess I do. People come there, they mean well. They want to tell you how sorry they are for you. By the end of the evening, all they do is wind up telling you how sorry they are for themselves. And by the time that's all over, you sort of feel like slitting your throat.
Oh, no, you're just tired, Mama Ray.
Set those down by the door so we don't forget them tomorrow. And see if Junior can use any of these shirts. If he's going to be out job hunting, we can't have him going out looking like a scarecrow.
I will. You about ready to go, honey?
No, I need to speak to Mama for a while. You don't mind, do you, Lucille?
I'll be it. You get some sleep.
Good night, honey. Ray,
Mama?
you know what's funny, Ray? How you feel like you know somebody, and then you find out something about them that you never knew. That ever happened to you?
Yeah, I guess it has.
Take your daddy, for instance. Here I was, married to the man for almost 40 years, and he never once said a word to me about defecting from that Russian ballet company. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that now, would you?
I'm sorry, Mama. I don't know why I said that. Something just came over me. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Well, you should have some respect.
You know, it's funny you should mention that, because that's exactly what brings me here tonight. Cecil told me what you requested on the stone. I'm not having it, Mom. Now, he may have been your husband, and you had your problems and all, but he was my daddy, and I'm not having it. It's going to say rest in peace. Now, that's 11 letters, and Cecil's going to give us $2 credit.
That's all right, Ray. I understand.
Well, that's all I have to say. I'll let you get to sleep.
Ray, sit down here a minute. I want to show you something. Do you remember these?
No.
There's no reason why you should. You were just a little boy. These are my old sewing scissors. My mother gave them to me not long after Bud and I were married. Lord knows the things I've made with these. Quilts for the beds, clothes for you boys. And then one day they just disappeared. I searched this house from top to bottom and I never could find them. They were just lost. And they stayed lost for 27 years. I can't tell you the number of times I wondered what happened to these things. And do you know where I found them yesterday?
No.
In your daddy's shoebox. reckon how many thousands of times I must have walked right past them, not knowing they were in there. But you know what the real funny thing is? In all them 27 years, it never once occurred to me to ask your daddy if he knew where they were. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I guess it is.
See, Ray, I didn't lose your daddy Wednesday morning. I lost him a long, long time ago. But you know what? I think he'll turn up one of these days. It'll be just like finding those scissors. Maybe I'll be cleaning out a drawer, or cleaning out a closet. There he'll be. Well, I don't mean him exactly. I don't expect him to be flying through the house in a white sheetery. just a feeling, sort of like I had when I found the scissors. Not real happy. Not real sad. Just glad, I guess. Glad it all happened. Glad I did it. Well, I guess you think your poor mama has lost her mind, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, you're wrong. I have.
So what are you going to do with your newfound sewing scissors?
Well, after Junior goes home, I'm going to cut up all your daddy's clothes and make a real pretty quilt.
Sounds like a good idea. Well, it's late. We better get to bed.
Don't let me forget those slippers tomorrow. It'll be just like me to remember those things after they've already thrown the dirt in.
I'll remember. Night, Mama.
Ray,
Yeah?
you gotta be patient. He'll come back to you too, just when you least expect it.
See you in the morning.
Well, Bud, you remember that real pretty plaid shirt I gave you for Christmas and you never wore it? Well, guess what? It's mine now.
I can't believe how long this has taken.
Just relax, Mama.
And the mother of Sisera looked out a window and cried through the lattice, "Why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of the chariot?"
Mama, why don't you just park your chariot here for me?
Where the hell is he?
He probably had a real important phone call to make, Ray.
Pay by the hour, Mama.
Well, then go find him.
Sit tight. Hello, Anita.
Ray, I'm sorry I'm so late. I sort of got held up at the beauty shop.
Well, you didn't miss anything. We can't seem to find the preacher. I'm real glad you could come.
Ray, does my hair look all right?
Yeah, Anita, it looks fine.
Really? My regular girl was out sick and Retha Middleton had to do it. You know, she is none too dependable since that accident. How she picks up those hot rollers with her teeth is a mystery to me.
Let's see. We're going to get started here in just a minute.
Thank you, Ray, I will.
There you are. Where the hell is he?
He'll be out in a minute, Ray.
I'm going broke waiting here. We're supposed to start this thing at 11. What's the holdup back there?
Did you know that last night was the Reverend and Mrs. Zucker's anniversary?
No, I didn't.
Neither did I, and I just feel so bad we didn't send them a card.
Well, what's the point, Lucille?
Well, they decided, since it was a special occasion, they decided they'd try that new Mexican restaurant up in Texas.
So?
Well, he's having a little intestinal difficulty this morning.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Go in there and knock on the door and tell him to get out here.
Ray, I can't do that. He's the preacher. I'd die of shame.
If I have to go in there, I'm gonna kick it off at hinges now. I've had about enough of this shit.
Well, that was a poor choice of words.
Just do it, Lucille.
Oh, boy, but I know I'll just die.
It won't be long now. You doing all right?
Oh, never better.
When are we starting this thing?
Yeah, in a minute.
See, honey. Where's Jim?
sorry, so down in the dumps, Suzanne. Want some gum?
No thanks.
I always carry a pack of Juicy Fruit with me to weddings and funerals. Sort of gives me something to do while the preacher's talking. Yeah, I think it's something about the rhythm of it sort of lulls me and helps my mind wander. You know what I think about when my mind wanders?
I got a feeling you're going to tell me.
I think about my life. I think about the end of each day when I took my precious little boy into bed. Turn off the lights in my $400,000 home. Listen to my beautiful black lace necklace. Crawl into my king-size bed. And lay there and wonder where the hell my husband is. You know one piece?
Well, okay, thanks. Well, why don't you leave him?
And go where, Suzanne? I'm not an unhappy person. I never said I was. I got everything that I ever asked for.
But if he really loved you,
Then I might be forced into the god-awful position of having to love him back. Do you love Junior? Do you want him back? You don't have to answer that right now, honey. Just sip that and let the Juicy Fruit take it back. Come to you.
I'm sorry to keep everybody waiting. It's good to see you, Miss Marguerite. Sister Turpin, I am sorry. I had a real important phone call to make.
I told you. We're so glad you could join us, Reverend.
Thank you, Sister Turpin. Marlene, before we begin, I would like to thank our fine organist for maintaining the mood of our services while I was unavoidably detained. Our thanks to Sister Marlene Depew.
Marlene, this is not the skating rink!
Wait, shall we pray? Heavenly Father,
Sorry I'm late. I had, y'all didn't bury him yet, did you?
No, and at this rate, we never will. Now sit down, Junior. We're in the middle of a prayer here.
shall we bow our heads? Heavenly Father, we come here today with heavy hearts as we note with sadness the passing of our dearly departed, but perfect. Give peace to our hearts this day, Lord. Give us strength to face the new dawn. And guide us, Lord, through the long night and help us to see the promise of a better tomorrow. Give peace to our hearts this day, Lord. Give us strength to face the new dawn. And guide us, Lord, through the long night and help us to see the promise of a better tomorrow. For what is yesterday but the tomorrow we thought we couldn't face the day before? But with your help, we faced it just like we'll face today, tomorrow, and all our days to come until you call us home to be with you and our beloved brother Bud. Amen.
I love you. Don't believe him, Suzanne. He told me the same thing.
Well, it's a great slush. And I brought some dilly bars for the rest of y'all.
You bought me a great slush.
Yeah.
I love you, Junior.
I love you too, Suzanne.
All right, that's it. That's it. Get up. Get up and get that chair. Get that chair. Don't get out of them. Down. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to say or do? Anybody else have anything they need? Delightful. You want to go to the bar?
To me, he seemed a quiet man. A man of inner strength. A man who knew his own mind, kept his own counsel, and wasn't figured. And was it patient? Was it faced with the
We'll be back in a minute. Sheila! Left at my father's funeral.
Oh, the hell, the blanket!
Raybud, I got something to tell you.
I hate to break up your little party, but what are we gonna do now with no preacher?
We don't need no preacher. You get up there, Ray.
What?
We can handle this. We can take care of ourselves. Thank you, Marlene, but this is a private service. Just the family. Go ahead, Ray.
Well, we are gathered here today to pay our last respects, to say goodbye. Bud Turpin was a man who said what he said. And he did what he did. And he thought what he thought. Now, I don't know what that means to any of y'all, but whatever it means, hold on to it, because that's what you got. That's what he left you. And no one can take it away from you. Now, we are privileged to have with us Miss Suzanne Marie Turpin, who has graciously consented to honor her father-in-law with a song. Suzanne.
Thank you, Ray. It's been a long time since I've sung up in front of people, and of course, I'm not really used to singing without accompaniment and all, but I think I should.
We are paying by the hour, Suzanne.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we shall see it afar, for our Father waits over the way, to prepare us a dwelling place there, in the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore, in the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Well, Daddy, I know how you always worried about us and the kids, but you ain't got to worry no more because we got a plan for the future. Suzanne's going into the music business and I'm going to be her manager.
you. It's gonna be called Songs of Love and Bud. It's gonna have at least one song on it about an old man dying on a farm.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Well, it sure looks peaceful, don't it?
Yes, he does.
Still looks kind of painted up to me.
Daddy Bud, about 9 months from now, we might just be getting a little surprise. And if it's a boy, we're gonna call him Bud. And if it's a girl, we're gonna name her Budine. Don't get your hopes up.
Well, it's night I just want you to put me out the time box. I don't want you to spend a lot of money on me. Not that much.
Well, Mama, when the time comes, try to point your toes down like Uncle Bud did. That way I can put you in the ground with a pile driver.
You're a demon, Roy.
Runs in the family, Mama.
Well, honey, you got anything you want to say to your daddy?
Bye.
Well, that was short and sweet. Let me have a moment here, Mama. Well, Bud, I guess this just about wraps it up. I still wonder if you hid those scissors out of spite. But I guess I'll never know now. I'll miss you, but I don't want you to get your nose out of joint if I remarry. Take care of yourself. And Bud, save me a place.
In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.